Well, welcome back to Angling 360 and welcome back to enemy territory. I've crossed the border into England again.
Especially after that rugby result yesterday.
Aye, well.
Some say we were cheated.
Some would say.
Not me.
So we're back on our favourite English haunt, which is the River Trent. And we are on a new, as I keep saying it, they call it pegs down here, don't they?
Swims, yeah.
So you've got a different approach.
Yeah, I got my fill of Barbel on our last session back in September. How many did we get?
Over the new with about 6.
3 days, over the 3 days with 25 fish. So there's another fish that I've had my eye on since we started fishing down here. We started fishing down here about 4 years ago, possibly.
2021,
yeah. And we've really just focused on Barbel constantly. Chub, Barbel, bombarded by Bream. But there's one fish that I've been dying to see in the flesh and target since I was a kid. And that's what I'm after today.
I've scratched that itch.
He said a few in Holland, but don't count. I keep telling them that.
Don't count that.
Zander Lucio Perca.
Take your word for it.
The Zander.
Folk can't understand us talking Scottish and you're trying to throw in Latin.
Probably got it wrong.
So we've got the rods out. I started off with a dead bait for the pike, but I'm just not feeling it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you're not fishing with confidence, you're no. So I've went back to what I know. An upstream rod with a big feeder and then a downstream rod. I opted for the tactics that got me the 213s and used a small feeder on my downstream rod as opposed to a straight lead. Just put out less feeds. Normally in the summer you put out about 10, don't we? In the winter it's 5, fish over that a few hours, see how it goes. So that is the plan I've got. The bivvies are up, there's rain and thunderstorms due.
Woohoo!
So that'll be interesting. But it's been a long day so far. That drive down, that was the hardest drive down. I nearly wiped us out twice.
I just tallied up. I get no sleep yesterday. I was working yesterday and then I had to sort my gear out. So I've been up for 27 hours now. So getting set up today was a bit shambolic. It took me about 2 hours to decide what I was actually doing, what I was going to target. But yeah, settled on all out Zander.
All out Zander. You have had a run while setting up, huh?
Yeah. A bit of interest straight away.
He initially said stick, and then he said Zander.
If it was a hit stick, a hit sticking, see what I mean? A stick hitting the line, it'd have been slower. This was quite aggressive. It was a proper thud.
So he's went all out Zander. I've gone for the Chub and Barbel, which, I don't know, I hate travelling all this way and trying new things.
Has to be done, doesn't it? Might pay off, might not.
We're going to mention a certain fish, or we'll keep that for the other vlog?
We'll keep that for another vlog.
Yeah, we'll keep that for the other vlog.
Not that you don't know what he's talking about anyway. The whole country knows. But it's a nice looking bit of water though. I'm quite, it's very deep right in front of us. Lots of overhanging trees, lots of features. So I'm quietly confident.
Not mentioning it then, no?
Nah.
Right, okay.
Well, it's not a Zander. I've still got one Zander rod out. But I wasn't very happy with this margin here, so I switched it over to a Barbel rod. And it's not really been in that long. Poor Gordon's been fishing all morning with 2 rods. I stuck this in 20 minutes ago, and it's just screamed off there. I think it's a Barbel. We've had an absolutely horrendous morning, hence why there's not been much footage. It chucked it down, like biblical proportions chucked it down. It was gale force winds, it was disgusting. I've been slipping and sliding all over here. I don't know how I'm going to land this fish. I need to somehow get down there without going for a swim.
Down there and I'll go.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm still ever hopeful for a Zander, but I needed something, so I'm glad I made that change there. I don't think that's a very big fish, but
Don't care.
I don't care either. I'm going to work my way down. You chuck me the net down. Oh, made it down. Just. Really deep, just be careful, it's really slippy. Like really slippy. It's really deep right in front of us here, and this fish is just head down. Still not seen it. It'll be about £6. It doesn't feel heavy.
It's all my feeding efforts today.
Might be bigger than I thought. Still not seen it.
It's like all you anyway.
Aye. Oh, quite a nice one actually. Good. It's not a Zander. But you know what? I'll take that. A great fight. That deep water right at your feet makes it different to what we're used to. It's always nice to get a fish from a new area. And he's not huge. But you know what? I'd say that's a double. Come on, behave yourself. Straighten up. Maybe not quite. 9, possibly 9.5. But what a horrible morning it's been, so he's more than welcome. Cool fish. So yeah, I think that's what I'll continue doing. I'll fish a Zander rod in the margins. I'll keep that one there, and I'll fish one rod out in the flow for these guys. Nice one. Let's get him back. It's not the easiest embankment to get down, so we'll just release this guy into the net once he's upright. There he goes. Result. Let's try and get another one. This one feels a little bit better. Two casts, two fish.
Alright, rub it in.
And I'm a bit. This one feels a bit better. This one feels good. I'm glad I changed that barbel rod now.
Told you, stick to it, we know.
Been chatting to the bailiff there, and they'll basically say that this place is crap for Zander. Says we're in the wrong bit. And a good bit for barbel by the looks of it though.
That wind swung round.
Yeah. This feels like a nice fish. Can't move it. Look, I cannot move it. Look at the bend in that rod. Bibby's going to take off, I think. Yeah, this feels nice.
I think I've been fishing just a wee bit too far.
Too far across. All the flows on this inside, or the outside of this bend. Anywhere we've fished on this river before, the flow's been on the far side, so we're used to putting it mid-river, 3/4 of the way across, but this is 8 wraps out, so you're only talking 16 metres maybe. Right.
Yeah, I'll go and get it.
Yeah, I'll take my time going down here. He's either foul hooked or it's a really good fish. If you remember back a couple of years ago, I thought I had a 20 pounder on, but it was hooked in the back. So this might be something similar, but I don't think so. I think it's a good fish. Might it be a PB? Now that's the question. 13.4 to beat. 13.12 to beat Gordon's.
I knew that was coming.
This, yeah, this might be close. Yep, good fish. Shaky knees time. I'll get nervous now. I'm also nervous about falling in. It's about 20 feet deep in front of me. I definitely don't want to fall in here. That sun's on the water. I can't see anything. Is that just a small fish? It didn't, did it? Maybe that was just its tail. This is weird because it feels big. I need to reposition that, I think. That's swung round, it's more like a westerly now, isn't it? God, this must be big. Or it's hooked in the tail. I didn't see it when it came up there, did you? There are carp in here as well, aren't there? So we've been told. I can't move this. I don't, honestly, this feels really heavy.
I've only got one rod in the water.
So have I. Or so I have had. Yeah, this. I'm starting to get scared now. Come on. Jesus. This has to be big. It has to be. See if it's not, I'm going to look ridiculous. It felt big when I hooked it. See when it was in the mid-river, it felt good. Oh, my legs are actually shaking. Oh no. I really don't want to put too much on it. So a wee tiny size 10 hook. £10 breaking strain. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, 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 don't go again, don't go again, don't. Good. Jesus, I have never had a barbel fight like this. It has to be full. It must be full hooked. Has to be.
Didn't look full hooked when it came up in the water.
Has to be hooked in the fin or something like that. I can't get up. It does feel exactly like that fish that was hooked in the dorsal fin from a couple of years ago. Oh, come on, come on. Oh my God. It has to be. Worrying about that hook holding out. It's been a long time. Right, come on, up you come. Let me see you. Let me see you. Let me see you. Let me see you. What is going on here? It's big Gordon. That is a solid looking fish. Oh my God, look at the size of that. Yeah. That might be a PB. That is big. Oh my. I've just put that fish in the sling there and it's a big chunky fish. It fought like a big chunky fish. Scales are zeroed, so whatever it says on this dial is the weight. I reckon it's over 14, but I could be mistaken. What is it?
I give you 15 for that.
Is it 15?
Have a look at Sue.
Oh, 15.
15?
I'm saying 15.
Oh,
It's just another quick wee look. It's very close. Well, I came for Zander. I'm very glad that I decided to switch, because that is an unbelievable barbel. £15, maybe give or take an ounce. It's not a long fish, but look at the depth, the belly on that fish. Over the moon. 2 PBs and 2 visits. 3 PBs. absolutely awesome. And I put it down. Like literally an hour ago, maybe, just chatting to Gordon there, I was saying, it's just nothing's feeling right. I just don't feel it. I think it's a combination of being a new spot. The weather has been horrific, and sleep deprivation. I am absolutely shattered. However, that's woken me up a little bit. And it's fishing. Fishing is phenomenal. It can go from the lowest of lows, like I was ready for packing up 2 hours into today's session, and then that, unbelievable. Right, we've been resting this big girl for a while, so let's see if we can just slip her over the net. Easier said than done. It is 20 feet deep right there. I'm going to be careful. The thickness across... Oh! Oh well, she's not hanging around. The thickness across his back is like that, a breeze block. 15. Beat that, Gordon.
Well, as Alex said there, the bailiff came and spoke to us, and he told us the gentleman a couple of pegs up is on his 7th barbel, just after Alex had his tiddler, as he's calling it, £10 barbel, a tiddler. So I re-evaluated what I was doing. I was fishing the garlic dumbbells and the mainline dumbbells, but the gentleman up the top there has been catching all his barbel on luncheon meat. So I've changed my upstream rod to the luncheon meat. But what a big significant change is Alex is kind of obviously downstream, but the way the flow's coming in, my feed, it looks as if I've been feeding his swim just perfectly. So I've brought mine in from 13 wraps down to 8 wraps. Hopefully that produces a fish for me. We're still to get to barbel o'clock, which is usually between like 3:30, 4ish and dark. Just as it starts to get dark, you can almost bank on a run. I'm just watching that red tip there. But he's got a £15 barbel. I've nearly got 12 barbel, nearly £14. That's what a big chub. I would love a big chub in one of these trips. The bailiff said there was a £7-pounder caught. Imagine that, a £7 chub. But I've been saying to Alex all day, we'll need to talk about my trip to Holland with that big pike.
Well, that did not go as planned. In some good ways, and some not so good ways. This morning, absolute write-off, absolute shambles. Luckily, we didn't film any of it, so there's no evidence. I think Gordon's lost a mic as well, so we're a mic down. Andy blanked. So yeah, not quite what we're expecting on day one of the trip. But if you're only going to catch one fish or two fish, that's the fish you want to catch. £15, new PB, over the moon with that. And I can't see it getting much better for the next 2 days in terms of that quality of fish. Hopefully Gordon can get off the mark tomorrow. But we're just going to see out the next half hour maybe of daylight. Maybe a little 10 minutes into darkness just to see if that Zander rod goes. It's just beeped there.
So I've got to admit, blanking and losing a mic isn't ideal. But look, my genius knows no limits. We used the receiver, we turned Alex's mic off, we stopped talking, and I started walking about like Richard Pryor out of Hear No Evil, See No Evil. And of course, the decibels were going up. So it was like a game of hot, cold, and inevitably we found it. But the only times my rods have moved is when a twig's hit it. I think I used all my luck on that. No way. I feel like rubbing something. This is a fish. Came free of the stag anyway. You need to turn that light off, Alex.
No.
I think there's a fish here. I think there's a fish here. What is going on here? I'm going to get in the middle away from this bush in case it is a fish. I think it might have a barbel. Snags beside of me, so I'm a bit nervous. Alex, you going to be able to net that for me? Oh, that's up there. Barbel. Forget how hard they fight, don't you? This is when the lighter rod, the downstream rod. No, a monster. Alex made that I'll hit the roaring, you know what, yeah.
Couldn't have snatched at that.
Get the fish coming back up in the water. It's going to come this time. Come on. In the net this time. That's not a bad fish. Probably carry
Can't
you.
see you.
Yes! Yeah, beauty, man. Ah, found the mic and ended up with a barbel. Alex reckons this could be another big fish. Oh, it is a big fish. He does light off. But I mean big fish, I mean a PB. So what's my PB again? 13, 12 to beat. I don't think it's going to beat Alex's 15. 3, 2. Good. I don't think it beat it.
What did I say it was?
You said 14.
14 on the nose.
Is it? You PB? You had to answer. Ah, I did not think that was going to end up 14. Wow. A 14 and a 15 pounder on a new mark, which was meant for the Zander, is a good day's fishing in anybody's book. Look at that.
Down a touch.
£14, a new PB on the mighty River Trent. Finding that might neck and it's just made my day.
Let's head up. Head up. No, down. It's up.
Right, we'll get a couple of nice photos. Sorry. Victory dance. Oh, right, can we get him now?
PB.
2 PBs. Look at this Barbel game, isn't it?
What's that?
I know, such a difference for yesterday morning. So anyway, welcome back to England. We're still behind enemy lines. And we're not really no sure what we're doing today. We've kind of, our plan was scuppered, as we say, right from the off. Our chosen mark was downstream of yesterday's. So this is video 2 of 3. If you haven't watched the first one, that should be on the channel now.
What happened in the first one?
You didn't let me talk about my pike. But we did get a couple of PBs. A £15 Barbel on the nose for him. And then, ironically enough,
14 on the nose as well.
14 on the nose for
Weird,
myself.
Strange.
Really made up for a, let's be honest, it was a shitty day, wasn't it?
It was
Tough.
Aye. The drive down, lack of sleep,
Aye.
horrible weather, disorganised, absolute chaos. But it settled down eventually.
No, we were organised, we didn't forget anything. You forgot
I forgot my brain, that's what I forgot.
your monkey climbers, wasn't it? Is that what we call them?
I forgot my monkey climbers and my bobbins, but more organised today.
Kinda.
I feel awake, the sun's out, which is nice, very spring-like, isn't it? It's lovely.
It is very spring-like.
It might not do the fishing any favours, but
I didn't harm it last time
No,
we were here with the
no,
bright
and
sunshine.
the water is up a wee bit. It's went up another 20 centimetres or so since yesterday, so we might be good. We might be good. But as Gordon said, we were trying to get onto one of the swims further upstream or downstream of where we were yesterday. I fancied it because there's a lovely big back eddy, and it would have given me the chance to get that Zander rod out again.
Okay, you still not caught a Zander.
I've still not caught a Zander, still not seen a Zander. I've only fished for them once, and that was yesterday. I was planning on backing that up again today, but we've had to move because there's someone in the swim, and we've come to a bit that doesn't really tick the Zander boxes for me. But I know I've never caught one before, so.
Let me throw a picture up of one, please.
But I still want to do something different. Every time we come down here, we stick with the same 2 rods, feeder on the upstream rod, single bait on the downstream rod, fishing the same line, and it's usually pellets and dumbbells. And we've done that. I want to do something different.
We come down, now he slags me for the Lake of Menteith and wanted to throw the fly rod about for pike. You come to the Premier River, arguably the best river for barbel.
Aye, but it's different. You've never caught a big pike on the fly.
True.
So that's different. We've got lots of what are they called? Barbel.
Barbel.
We've caught lots of barbel over the last few sessions. I still fancy a different approach, so I went with something slightly different. Because you fancy one as well, don't you?
No, but see if you attract a shoal of bream,
I will.
you'll be swimming with them.
It's on a different line to you. You'll be all right. Let me explain. You probably wonder what the hell I'm talking about. Maggots.
Aye.
I'm going to fish maggots on one of my rods in the hope of some chub. I quite fancy a chub. We've got PB barbel. I've broken my PB barbel 3 times in the last 2 sessions. So it's time to maybe break that, or attempt to break that PB chub. And you still got a 5 pounder as well, haven't you?
I fell short of 1 ounce, didn't I?
1 ounce short of 5. And I think that's the magic sort of number that we've been aiming for, 5 pounds plus. Although a 6 would be nice. So we'll talk through the setup. We'll probably talk through the setup a little bit more in this video than we did in the last one, which wouldn't be hard. And we'll see how this goes. Anything else you would like to add?
Still not like talking about my pike, no? No.
We're about an hour in, and all we've caught is trees and branches and sticks and weed. There's a lot of debris in the river. It's causing some problems. But we did say we'd go through the setups a little bit more in this episode. And I'm fishing 2 different approaches, so this is our sort of standard go-to barbel setup. Hook bait wise, we've got, I think is this mainline or is it?
No, that's
hinders. So we've got hinders 15mm, 12mm, possibly 12mm dumbbells. And Gordon's been soaking these in some sort of gravy for, what did he say, about 4 years? Yeah. Smell
funky.
Interesting. So what we've got.
How many PBs have they got you?
I know.
You always go for that.
I like them. They are really good. So a dumbbell on a bait needle, long ways. And then we've tied up our sort of standard barbel hair rigs. Really simple, knotless knot, reasonably long hair, a little loop on the end. That's a size 12, no, it's not, it's a size 10 MWG from Guru. And then that goes on there. He says. Slide that on, beyond the knot. And a little bait stop in the end.
Don't fancy the wee pink ones like I use now.
And that just holds everything nice and neatly in position. Lovely presentation. And then the hook length is pretty long. I'm fishing that about 4.5 feet. 4.5 feet, and that's £10 fluoro, I think it's Berkeley Shield, something along those lines, with a 4-ounce gripper cage feeder on a safety link, a quick release safety link. Some people like to have it running, some people squash down the swivel so that this runs on the line. I like it fixed, I like the sort of bolt rig effect. And that's filled with a mixture of everything. I've put quite a lot of ground bait in this, I've added a wee bit extra. But there's pellets, all different sizes, a bit of hemp in there as well. And that just gets rammed into there. I'm being a wee bit cautious with my feeds at the minute, I'm not putting too much in. But what I do want is this to stay in that feeder for as long as possible. So I'm properly ramming that in there. And that is our standard go-to Barbel setup. It's done the trick in the past. And it's really simple. Let's get out of there. So we've got it sticked up at 10 wraps, 20 metres. This is my downstream rod. No, we can keep it in. That's one thing with the really long hook lengths is they catch the wind and they can be all over the place. We'll try that again. Hit the clip. On the same mark every time, hopefully. And then let out a big bow of line so that that feeder anchors down into the gravel and we're fishing. We went through the downstream standard Barbel rod. This is the rod and the setup that I've got my hopes on that Chub coming along. So it's similar but slightly different. On the business side, similar to the dumbbell approach, but with a little maggot clip loaded up with, I don't know, there's about 10 bronze maggots on there. Same hook, same feeder, slightly shorter hook length this time, but then in the feeder slightly different. Same mix, pinned in the bottom as that sort of stop, and then A load of maggots in that feeder there. Capped off again. And out it goes. I'm not bothered clipping this one up, this is just going roughly beyond the seam. Nice little short lob. We'll see if that picks up anything different.
Into a fish. I thought it was that big log, which I'm now going to have to try and avoid. Oh no, I'm in that snag over there, aren't I?
Over the other side of the fence. Let me go.
Aye. What happened there? Well, that was the first run, 11:45. And if memory serves me right, there's a big tree trunk just beyond that fence that Alex is pointing at. And I remember it actually happened to Alex in one of the last videos. We had to jump the fence, so Alex jumped the fence. I'd still try to go over it now. Passed the rod to Alex, but unfortunately made good its escape. But interesting enough, that was on luncheon meat. So luncheon meat's going back on, and I'll put out another 5 feederfuls, I think. Damn. So a lot of folk will use the downstream rod with just a lead. But last year I started using the smaller feeder. I think that's 4 ounce, the small version. And like Alex, I'm maybe not as long as Alex, not far off it. Nothing fancy, done no trimmed it down, no cut it into a nice fancy wee meatball. Just a chunk of luncheon meat. Here rigged to the same size 10 wide gape hook that Alex showed earlier. The only difference I suppose with my rig is I've tried these new, well they're probably not new, but they're certainly new for our fishing. So quick links. Don't know if you can see that. You just hook your lip over and then the wee bead comes over. Click into place. And what the reason I bought them is the bigger rod with the large feeder. You can unhook your hook link, feed your 5, 6, 7, 8, however many feeds you're putting out, pop it back on, and you're fishing straight away. I like that. And I like to fish the running ledger, as Alex mentioned before. Folk like to fish at fixed. This is a previously used crushed one, but with the quick link bead, it stops it also locking in place, so it's completely free running. And as you see, it worked a treat there, but between the two of us we couldn't land that fish. And this is my downstream rod, 11 wraps. And if I remember right, it's 1.75 test curve. It's one of my favourite rods. So I'll try and put this out elegantly. Hit the clip. Separation. Aiming for that tree. Hit the clip. Separation. Let a big bow of line out. Bail arm on. Couple of pulls of line. Tighten that drag. Then we put the alarm on. Well, it's 5-1. Lunch has just been had. And something's just occurred to me. Facebook posts paint a different picture to what it's actually like, doesn't it? It is bloody terrible. It's boring. There's no fish. And it's tough going. I know when you jump onto Facebook and you see a PB and a nice photo and that, and it looks like a good day's fishing. Aye, that one 20-minute window is brilliant, but as a whole day, it's getting tougher, isn't it?
It was tough yesterday. Yesterday was tough. But we stuck at it. Although we're that close to just going home, I think.
Aye, the weather's kind of a bit better today.
It's been much nicer today, much more pleasant. But although we stuck at it yesterday and got fish, we've had nothing today.
We've had one sign.
One good run.
2 is with an arse of it.
Who made an arse of it? Who put it in the fence in the first place?
Well, I was thinking that, should I be staying up on that ledge then? Until I get the fish beyond there and then going down? Aye. Thanks for telling us about that.
Once you've fished here a couple of times, you'll realise.
Still know you hogs that spot, to be fair. But we have spoke to one of the old timers that fishes here. I think he's fished here his whole life.
Aye.
He says it's no use for chub now because the water's still rising.
Still on its way up, aye.
You know, Alex helped me with a couple of facts here. The River Trent's the second.
It's either the second or the third longest river in the UK.
There you go.
It starts over in, my English geography's not great, but Derbyshire maybe, like much further west from here. It goes sort of south and then it kind of comes across and comes back up and goes into the Humber estuary. So aye, it's big, so it carries a lot of water from a long way away.
And a lot of shite.
Aye. The drainage catchment for this river must be huge. So although it's been dry all day today, it's still on the way up. But we've been trying, every time we're down here, we always try and pick anyone we meet on the bank, try and pick their brains a little bit, try and get the littlest bit of information. Some of it's quite closely guarded, but if you can get something off of people, you start to build up a picture of the venue and the river.
I'm going to blow smoke up our arse here again, but I reckon we do alright for a couple of Carrying college part-timers. Do you know what I mean? We fish, 6 days a year?
Down here?
And we do alright. I think we do alright. There's guys fished this river for their life and never had a 14-pounder, a 13-pounder.
That is luck.
You think?
That is luck. The size of fish is luck. Numbers of fish, alright, okay, there's something there, but a one-off big fish doesn't really take skill. But you know what? If you want to call it skill, then I'll happily take that. Right.
So we're definitely going to stick it out because Barbel o'clock is fast approaching. Incidentally enough, my run came after my luncheon meat hook bait had been out for nearly 2 hours. So I'm not going to be so hasty to rush recasting all the time, as long as the debris doesn't...
That's to wipe out your lines. I've been wiped out 6 times today by logs and trees and whatnot.
Which diverts them away from me, which is quite handy.
But Chub was the sort of hope for today.
What about tomorrow? It drop and clear enough for
drop
tomorrow?
off. Maybe drop off. But I think Barbel's just our best chance. But I'm still thinking that Zander rods might make an appearance. There's a little bit of a slack just in front of me here, just as it sort of shelves off into the sort of main channel. Don't know.
Good time talking about my pike. Huh?
Right, I'm doing it. The colouring water. Yeah, that's made my mind up. The Chub rod is no more. Still sticking with the big rods for the Barbel. But a float ledger in this sort of slack area in front of me. Little dead roach. You never know.
Now that was a run. That's about the third run. Lost the first one on a snag. Second one didn't hook up. Well, it'll be third time lucky. This doesn't feel too bad. I'm very wary of that snag. This is fighting different, Alex.
Barbel. Small barbel.
Small.
That's what's different about it. How do you know it's fighting different?
The head shape. How the hell does it get in there? How's that happened again? I'm stayed well up here. Well, it wasn't the third time lucky. Done what I was told, stayed up in the bank, tried to keep the fish high in the water away from that snag, but I don't think it's just the bit of fence anymore. There must be branches and all sorts that's been coming down with the floods. Frustrating. Two really good runs. One I wasn't sure, but the two that I had on, I've asked this before, what's worse? Losing a fish you don't see, or losing it after you've saw it?
Depends how big it is.
They felt huge. They felt huge.
It's not going to plan today at all. But, Zander. I'm back on the Zander hunt. I'm back in the hunt, but I've got absolutely no clue what I'm doing. I said in last episode, that Zander's completely new to me, never fished for them, never even seen one in the flesh. So I don't really know the best way to go about it, and I'm just going on the research that I've done in the past, which is quite substantial. But until you actually get on the water and play around with different techniques and different methods, you can't really start to put together a picture of what's going on. So yesterday I tried just static running ledger, right in the margins, right tight underneath a tree. It didn't really produce anything. We did get one bump. I think something had to go at it. It was quite a violent bounce on the rod. But apart from that, nothing. Slightly different sort of area that we're in today, and it doesn't really scream feature to me. But there is something. There's a kind of the flow kicks off this bank here, and as it comes in round behind me here into a sort of bay, there's a little bit of an eddy, and that sort of seam runs across the top of what you would call the drop off. So let's try float ledgering. Let's try float ledger in nice and tight, but just off that drop off, that sort of shoreline drop off. And it's not deep, it's only about 4 feet deep. If I go out any further into the river, a float ledger is absolutely no good because the float will just get pulled under. I don't quite know how best to go about that, but I'd rather do something than nothing. So this is the setup that I've decided to go for. And again, you need to learn on the job, don't you? We tied up some of these little rigs. So I've got a size 6 chinook on the top, and then a tiny little size 8 treble just in the flank there. So it pretty much is, I can maybe move that down slightly, it pretty much is scaled down pike traces. The wire, I've tried to use as supple a wire as I can find. That sounds quite nice. And then quite a light float, quite a small float, 23 grams, but massively overgunned with 3 ounces of lead. I want that lead anchored on the bottom. and it's free running. It'll run up and down the line. So we're trying to make this as resistance free as possible. This is by no means advice, because I'm in absolutely no position to be giving advice on this. This is just what I'm going about. And I've tied a stop knot hugely over depth. Now it is only 4 feet deep, but I've got that set about 6 or 7 feet. Now the reason for that is I want the bait sitting down that slope, but I want the float sitting up here in this slack water. So if I show you what I mean, if this works, I'm just underarming this into the flow where I think that drop off is. But I'm trying to pull that float into the slacks. I'm going to keep a little bit of tension on the float. So the float is sitting on this side of the seam, but the bait should be further out into the river. That's my theory anyway. And then the line is tight to the float. Drop off indicators, not drop off indicators, a monkey climber. On an alarm. Set light. With a long drop. It's the best I can think of to do in this situation. We've fished here when the water's been really low, and we've been down on the beach here, and it does drop off fairly quickly, so I'm hoping I'm still going to get indications of the float getting caught in the debris and whatnot. But the debris collecting in that area shows that there is an eddy, there is a feature of some sort. Anyway, I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but let's see.
If you catch a Zander,
if I catch a Zander, I'll be over the moon, but I'm not very confident.
Think positive.
Oh, I thought my luck was in there. Lovely bite on the float, lovely run. But look what it is. The wrong species. My favourite. No way, I thought that was a Zander. Well, that little roach was absolutely nothing for this wee guy. However, rookie mistake, we've only got tiny little forceps. Maybe we'll film this. Well, it's not the Z I was hoping for. However, it works. We might be in the right area. If these guys are about. I was so disappointed. I'm not disappointed, to be honest. It's a fish, and it's the only fish of today. Esox lucius. It's a Lucio perca we need. But hey, that is my first ever River Trent pike. The method works. There might be a Zander in this, you never know.
Think there's any big ones in there?
Oh god, aye. 30 pounders apparently.
Maybe could take a big mine up. No.
I get so excited there. Not the target species, but what it does do is it gives me confidence in the method and where I'm fishing. On that drop off, if there's pike patrolling up and down there, there should be Zander as well. I hope. And it saved the blank, or possibly saved the blank. Run was perfect. Little beep 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 on the alarms. Float just bobs away. Pike. No, we cannot speak about your fish. Well, it's about time I got a look in. Let's see if we can avoid that snag down there, eh, Gordon? We were just saying 10 minutes ago, he's still confident it's going to kick off. And we were. Let's walk this down a wee bit. This has been out for about an hour. Put it out, followed it up by 5 feeder fulls. That was me, I was just going to sit on it until it got dark.
Feel good?
I don't think it's huge, but it's not tiny. Feels alright.
You want a net?
I need a net, yeah.
Right, don't do anything. Right.
So far this trip we've had 3 fish. Or 3 barbel. A rogue pike. Every one a double. Not sure about this one. Be nice if it was. I am finding it hard to get it up towards me. Yeah, it might be bigger than I thought. Nah. Don't think so. I think it's a small one.
Let's just wait and see.
It's this. I like to guess. Don't spoil my fun.
Right.
You know what? It's in a snag. Why not? It's out. Why not? Come on, out you get. I'm going to go down and chase this because there's something down there. Oh no, got it. Got it. Careful. Slow, starting to get him upstream. Hey. There's definitely something. Aye. Aye, it's not a baby. Put up a good fight. It may only be small, but on a day like today, he's very welcome. Lively wee guy. He's all about what? £5 maybe? Little scrapper. They made his weight, but this is usually when it all kicks off. So let's hope he's the first. And let's hope they get a bit bigger. I can't complain though after the last one. I don't think he's going to hang around. Good. Might stick some more feederfuls of bait out there, I think. Got about an hour to go. Plenty time for one more. So we spoke about this process before, sticking up, but I'll quickly run through it again. Basically, it's so that it enables you to hit the exact same spot every cast. Feeder fishing, really important, hit the same spot every time, so that you're feeding the same line that your bait's going to be on. I've just said to Gordon, I'll chat through this after I stick up because I can't count and talk at the same time. Apparently I can't do much and talk at the same time by the looks of this. Bear with me. What a shambles. Yeah, feeder fishing, you've got to hit the same mark every time. Usually do that whilst fishing for roach, for example, by sticking the line in the clip and leaving it there. Therefore, every time you cast, it hits the same clip and it drops into position. With barbel, you just can't do that. With barbel, you need to unclip after your cast. So coming back here and counting the wraps, 10 for me, means I can come back, 10 wraps, clip up, cast, unclip. Next cast, come back, stick up, 10, clip, cast, unclip. It also allows you to use your baiting up rod. So I'm not actually baiting up with this rod, I'm baiting up with almost like a spod rod. So it just allows both of those to be marked up at the same distance. Pick a point on the far bank, aim for that, hits the same dustbin lid sized mark every single time. You don't need to do it, but for all it's worth, it's just makes it that wee bit more accurate. So sticked up, 10 wraps. Aiming for that gap in the reflection between the two trees. There we go, hits the clip and the mark. Unclip. And we're back fishing. Maybe stick some more bait over the top of that now. That was a bizarre bite, that was a strange one. Rod tip rattled all over the place. I think this might be what we've been after today. I don't think this is a barbel. I hope it's not a bream. But I think it might be a rubber dub dub. If it's a barbel, it's incredibly small. But I think it's a chub. I'm hoping it's a chub. What have we got? That looks like a chub to me.
Doesn't look like a ship at Bream.
That looks like a chub. There's a chub. Yeah, big rubber lips. Ain't big, but it's a chub. Well, we did say that we would like a couple of chub today. We weren't sure they were going to show face. But this wee guy, he's lovely. Lovely condition. Come on. Be with you in a second. God, he's fighting more on the bank than he did in the water. There we go. He's most definitely not going to beat any PBs. But it is what we were hoping for today. Didn't come on the maggots, just took a standard barbel dumbbell. Barbel dumbbell. Is the light hitting that nice?
Lovely.
There's a photo. Well, definitely getting through the species today. He's stunning. Another one of Gordon's favourite fish. I don't mind them myself. I'd like one twice that size. That can be arranged. You know, pike, barbel, chub. Still time for a Zander. Oh no! No! Oh, I don't know what it was because I didn't see it, but that was the delicatest little bite, and then the float just ever so slightly just kind of twitched, and then kind of moved, and I had it on for a split second. Oh no, that might have been it. I've got another 10 minutes, let's get another one on.
Right, welcome back to Angling 360. That's Alex, I'm Gordon, and it's day 3 of 3 fishing on the River Trent. I blanked the last session, lost 2 fish, and if you heard his big girly scream at the end,
It was a
big girly scream. Big girly scream.
Oh no! No!
He reckons he lost a Zander.
I don't know. I lost the fish, but
I think going by the bait, it was a wee jack. Just that kind of.
I don't know.
We'll never know.
I never know.
Same my 2 huge barbel that I lost. Anyway, we're on another new spot where we spoke to yet another old timer, and he gave us some tips. We'll keep them private because it makes me look like a Chub.
Secret tips. Well, I don't know. Not really, because what you've been doing has been working.
Well, true.
Well, until yesterday.
Until yesterday. Well, I did get a run on the meat and the pellet, so I've put a cheesy garlic pellet on one of my rods today, and I've trimmed down from like big chunks to a smaller bit of meat.
Apparently meat's the way to go.
Apparently, winter time they like the meat. Who doesn't like a bit of meat? The rods have been in since 8 o'clock. Now you get your Zander rod in a wee bit earlier.
I did.
And something happened. We didn't have any cameras or mics set up, so you can talk through what you're seeing now.
I'm not sure what happened. I'm starting with the Zander rod today. Right in the margins. After yesterday's success, alright, it was a pike, but it showed that the method worked. So I did the same today, straight away. And within minutes, I think something picked the bait up and dropped it. It was very deliberate bounce of the float, so you never know, but it could have been.
And there's a good big stretch of slack water here for you to kind of...
Yeah.
You are only allowed two rods fishing at the one time on your licence and your permit, would that be right? Permit only allows you 2 rods.
I'm not sure about the permit, actually.
The permits are a bit vague with their rules, aren't they?
Speaking of which, if you watched last episode, you'll realise that the video ended quite abruptly with me losing a fish, and there was no sort of standard sort of outro. That's because we got chased off the water. We pushed our luck too far this time. We still thought we were within daylight hours.
There was blue on the horizon, so for me that's day.
You can still see your rod tips. You can still see your rod tips against the sky. That is daylight in my book, but not on here. So
we got our first slap in the wrist.
We've been told. So it was nice fishing the River Trent. So I might find somewhere else to go because I think they might be banned.
I will not cut your arse out at the night, what you know?
No, going home tomorrow.
End of the season. Anyway, the weather forecast is to be pretty much less wind than Monday, but
Wetter.
maybe a bit wet. Hopefully it's just showers like this. I can live with that. But if you're a glasses wearer, you'll feel my pain, steaming up, wet, and then I've been cutting a bit blind this morning. Took them off, but
So aye, day 3 and a new stretch of the river, another new stretch of the river. That's either brave or extremely irresponsible and stupid.
well, it's through a lack of options, wasn't it?
Aye.
We got up.
We tried 2 swims and both of them were taken.
We went to bed 2 hours earlier last night, and we got up an hour earlier, and we were still
beaten to it.
beaten to it. So that tells me the conditions are good, and it's fishing well, despite what some folk tell us.
Didn't fish well yesterday.
I did.
You think?
I get 3 runs. You get how many runs? Many fish?
Just the one barbel. Well, chub, barbel, chub, and a wee pike.
See, if you ever watched September's video, Barbel Bonanza, that's spoiled us. That's got us. We've set a benchmark of 16 fish in a day. Anything below that,
I suppose.
we've spoiled it for ourselves in a way. Well, that didn't take long. And it's on the meat. This feels massive.
Mic on?
Yeah.
That is at 15%.
Right.
Not good.
I'm terrified in case I lose this after yesterday's antics. This feels big. Just feels that a dead weight. That's what I'm thinking. See if this is a... It's not that's a fish, isn't it? It's a fish.
It's a fish, of course.
Get that nice bend in the rod, Alex, rather than my ugly mug.
Angles I get into for a good shot.
This feels bloody huge. It's just sitting there. The meat. See, local advice, If you can't listen to local advice, then what advice? I'm just rambling shit here. I'm nervous. I've got a feeling this might be a wee fish with a lot of crap around it. So all of a sudden doesn't feel as heavy. Here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes.
Still a wee fish?
No. There's one thing I've learnt with these fish. Whether they're £5 or £13, you need to keep that adjustment to the drag, don't you? Because when they see that bank, they just wake up and then show their power. It doesn't feel as heavy as what it did, but it's a barbel. There it goes again, there it goes again, there it goes again. Say it every time I get a fish, but it terrifies me because I tied my own rigs. I should start to trust my own ability in tying these rigs now. You do have the net there, don't you? Oh, I've got to be through there. You haven't seen the feeder come up yet, have you? Just look, get it in the net, you madman, looking at me. Right, Alex said about 11, I said 12. It only went 13. So that has more than made up for yesterday and got us off to our flyer of the day. How's that looking, Alex? Get a couple of nice photos for us. I don't think he'll hang about because he was quite lively. And away. That's took the pressure off for today. Although it is nice to get a fish on the last cast, it's also nice to get one early on, settle the nerves. Right, it's absolutely pouring down, let's get dry. Alex really hoping that float goes. And there's somewhere. I hope he gets his Zander. They are really nice fish. Nice to see a river. An English Zander, sorry. Now the Dutch ones don't count apparently. Busy wee stretch this morning. Right, so we've covered a lot of things in these past 3 videos. Just thought we'd go over what bait that we've been using, which has been catching this fish. Firstly, we'll start with the ground bait, and we like to mix it up with a variation of 2 mils, 4 mils, 6 mils, and then a couple of 8s and 10s in there. Add in some of the ground bait till you get a nice selection of ground bait, and to that I like to add some gravy, we call it, some barbel juice. That gravy taste to it, and you're thing with it, and you get a wee bit in your mouth, you can taste the gravy off it. And Alex has mentioned a couple of times, this syrup is what I've been over the years. Smells like Barbel. Over the years, I'll go down to the shed. Every time I'm in sorting fish and stuff, I'll flip the jars over. Just keep soaking the hook baits. Now, however, a lot of the fish this time round has came on luncheon meat. Now that's the size I was using, but after speaking to the gentleman this morning, I've now started to trim it down a touch and use that size. That's what the 13 pounder came on this morning. A chunk exactly like that. One other thing that we had is good old hemp seed. So that's the ground bait mix. Every couple of hours, every 3 hours, we'll put out like 5 or 6 feeder fulls. I'm going to try and make the habit of casting every hour, so that's putting an extra feeder full out on the hour. I done that last year and it seemed to do quite well. But that's the baits which I've been working on, that's the ground bait. So I hope that helps you. Somebody would normally ask in the comments, so that's why we're doing it.
Well, Gordon was determined he saw some action on this dead bait here. I wasn't convinced, but then possibly. If anything, it's very delicate. I don't know if it is. Nah. It's wishful thinking more than anything. Nah. Right, this float is doing some silly things. Yeah, I'm doing some silly things. Everything I've read says you should hit any indication as quick as you can, but I'll hit it, but I don't think there's anything there. I think I've just pulled the bait off that. Oh, fresh bait on, back out. So those, in my opinion, my limited knowledge says that is ideal for Zander. Maybe a little bit bigger, but that's all I've got. So just scaled down pike gear, like very much scaled down. Little single in the hook, in the tail, sorry. Little treble in the flank. That's what we're looking at. Float ledger still, same setup as yesterday. And we're still fishing in the margins. Trying to drag that float into the slack. That might be just a wee bit too far out, but we'll see. That might get pulled under there. We'll see how it goes.
been a grim morning. One fish. Kept that out another hour longer than I was intending, so I think it's time to put out another 5 feederfuls. Check the baits and put fresh baits out. See if that'll spur in some action.
I was starting to think it was never going to happen for me. Not today anyway. A couple of fresh feederfuls, fresh cast. And we're away. Don't think it's a big fish, but I don't care. Just want to get the blank off. No one likes blanking. Yeah, I think this is quite a small one.
Made it.
Yeah, it's a wee scrapper, I think. The guys below us there have had 5 between them.
Not that bad.
It's not that bad actually.
Now it woke up.
They start again now. Yeah, the guys below us have had 5 between us. And we've been thinking, what the hell are we doing wrong here? So yeah, starting to feel a wee bit of pressure there. I like the pressure though, it's good.
No, you don't, you're a miserable bastard.
Says the guy who just lost his rag because I turned the camera off too soon. There we go. I don't think he's a double, but nah, 8 maybe. We're gonna have a wee look anyway. Well, it's taken me most of the day to get this one on the bank. He's only wee. He's only about, what, 7, 8 maybe? I'd say 7. He's a wee poser.
Wee photo while he's posing.
But more importantly, the blank is off. That's Barbel on all 3 days. Again. Let's get him back. Just let him sit there for a while. There we go. There, he's off. Pressure's off.
What happened there?
I don't know if I got it on camera. Hopefully not. I missed that one. Don't know how I missed it. Absolute screaming run. Lovely run. Maybe hesitated just a second too long, fixing the mic and all that crap. Struck into fresh air. But hey, it's a run. Maybe they're hungry now. Let's get them back out there. Peg's become like an absolute mud pit. Might have missed it, but it's getting the confidence up. A wee flurry to finish this trip would be nice. There's no way I was letting that one develop. As soon as I seen that rod tip go, I was on it. Not losing another one. Well, not yet anyway. It's getting a wee bit blustery. We've managed to avoid the worst of the rain. Oof. I'd like to get this one in before that rain arrives. Look over there. A bit ominous looking. I think that's gone away from us though, so we might be alright. Baby's ready for taking off again. Aye. Again, I don't think this is a huge fish. Let me come round you. But they're all nice. It's coming very easy now. We know what that means. I think he's ready for the net anytime soon. He's going to take another run, I would imagine. Not as much. So predictable. Try and keep it away from that float. Yeah, another small one. Thank you. So it's been a slow one today, but again, for me, just as the sun comes out, making a habit of this sunshine. Number 3 for the day between us. Number 2 for me. Another small one, but hey, I'm not complaining. Yeah, Gordon just said to me that every single fish I've had today, the sun's all week, or for 3 days, the sun's been out for the photos and the videos. Gordon's has been chucking it down with rain or almost dark. Almost dark. There we go. another lovely, look at that in the sun, lovely Trent Barbel. Still time for a few more, hopefully. Just let them sit there. Always make sure they're kicking and good to go. Nope. Go on. Yeah, he's off. Nice one. Is there any sound in fishing better than that? I've not long recast this and put a few more feeder fills of bait over the top since my last fish there, and so I went again. I finally managed to get a few fish in the area and get them interested. I initially thought this was a chub because it doesn't feel heavy, but it took one almighty run there, so I think this is a very small barbel. They're getting smaller, they're supposed to be getting bigger, but I think they're definitely getting smaller. Maybe finishing with that flurry of fish after all. Yeah. That ain't no chub. Almost went there. I think that's maybe the smallest of the trip. Really that other line there. It's actually a wee bit bigger than I thought. Oh, yeah. Much better than I thought. That's a double, isn't it?
Easily.
Yeah, I thought he was tiny. Easy a double. It's because I'm used to 15 pounders, that's what it is. Let's rest him and we'll have a look. Well, he is definitely bigger than I first thought. I did think when I picked him up in the net that he's worth weighing. Now I don't. Now I'm not sure, but we've got the scales, so we'll have a look. I think he's only just scraping double figures.
Come around. 12, I reckon.
Not quite 12. I'm going to say 11. 11.6.
11.10, I'd say.
Is that 11.10?
I would say 10, it's just before 12.
Split the difference.
11.8.
11.8. Another double, good. Didn't fight like it on the way in, that was misleading. Not that I'm complaining. Got a bit of a belly on them, or on her. Right, go on, behave yourself. Didn't fight on the way in, but changed its mind now. Absolutely love them. How cool are those fish? So if you remember back to our last trip on the Trent back in September, that bumper day, at the beginning of that session, this would have been a new PB for me. 11.8. Now we've managed to go way beyond that. It's still lovely to see. Get back. Gordon's just said to me, try and get a nice little lifty up shot in the water. And what I think he means by that is something like that. Yeah. Good?
Yep.
They're solid chunky fish this time of year. Not the longest, I said that before. They're short, fat, powerful fish.
Sounds like a guy you know.
Oh, a flick of the tail, he's off. Yet again, a tough start to the day, but it's all going in the right direction.
It's still daylight, aye.
Who knows?
I've had one of the red days. Every now and again you need to do this. To make sure they're still walking. Other than that, run first cast this morning. It's been pretty grim for myself. Alex has come into a good flurry at the end here. Now, it's 4:15. That sun's still got another 2 hours in it, I reckon. An hour 45 on my clock. And if one thing we've learnt in the 4 years we've been coming down here is this is the time you should expect to get runs. Runs through the day are a bonus, but early and late are always good. Unless you have an exceptional day like we had back in September. So my fingers are still crossed. This is where my PB came from, well, just literally around the bend there. Just as the sun set, so fingers crossed. Probably sick of seeing Alex playing fish. But it's not been a brilliant 3 days fishing. The phrase quantity over quality, it definitely sums this up. No, it's not. It's the other way about. That early night of the day is any good last night. Quality over quantity is definitely the theme of this past 3 videos over this trip, so I'm probably more tired than I think I am. Not I am, but hungry. Right, fingers crossed, waffling nonsense now.
Midway through packing up there, before it got dark, and it screamed off again. Gordon's just finished saying about Barbel o'clock. I'd say it's about now. Does it get any better than this? Now I know I said my last fish felt like it was small on the way in. Turned out to be 11.8. I don't think this one's 11.8. But what it is fish number 8 for the trip. Fish number 10 in total, fish number 8 for me. And for February, here, you can't really complain. I know Gordon was saying how difficult it's been. But we've come down here in February and blanked on barbel and not caught any barbel in 3 days, so we'll definitely not grumble at this. I'm going to have a good look at this guy. Brilliant. May only be small. So what were you saying about quality over quantity? You were right the first time. It's now quantity over quality.
For you. I'll stick with the quality.
Now, if you're only going to catch 2 fish, those are the 2 you wanted.
Finally. Beginning to think it was never going to happen. Alex, can you mind the net? Right, let's not get too cocky. You start to question yourself. See when folk are catching fish round about you. You start to wonder if you're doing something wrong, or is that bit of meat still on the hook? That's what was literally going through my mind there as I was packing up. It doesn't matter how big they are. That drag, I'm going to loosen that off actually. That drag is set pretty tight and it's pulling the line off it with ease. This actually feels not a bad fish.
A better bend than the rod than mine have had.
This is the lighter rod, right enough. Blowing that other line. Come on, do as you're told. I'm going to get it under that rod. Why do your knees, why does your legs stop functioning right? Honestly, my legs are like jelly. Just watching that blowing that other rod, lining that other rod. Please. Come on, behave. Maybe bigger than I thought it was.
It's a big tail on it, big.
Make on this side, get away for that. The branches. I'm under mother rod now, aren't I? Right, Alex, could you net that for me, please, so I don't take a header? That's not too bad. That might be another double. That's a double. Oh. Telling you, Barbel o'clock, always happens.
What is it? Quality over quantity?
Quality over quantity, quantity over quality. Up's down, down's up.
That is quality.
That's a good fish. Oh yeah, beauty. Right, Alex is weighing this for me. What is it? I said about 11.
10-15.
Did you get it off the ground?
10-15.
10-15. Yes.
Not quite 11.
Well, I don't know, I'd say 11.
Of course you would.
10-15. Right, for once, I've got the sunlit. All I want is one nice photo of you, please. So please behave. £10.15 of Trent bronze. 3 doubles. I'm happy with that. Quality is definitely better than quantity on this occasion. It's an absolute stunning fish. You see all the scales out? Yeah, quite a nice 40s, aye. Look at that, the sunlit. One last look before he goes back. Right. I'm happy with that. Look at that slip. That'll be a run.
And still they keep coming. What a way to finish this trip. I mentioned earlier in the video, or earlier in the session, that it would be lovely to finish these 3 days with a flurry of fish. In all fairness, I didn't expect it to happen, but hey, that's exactly what's happened. He's not quite ready, is he? I think we'll just unhook him here and get him straight back, I think. I think we've all seen enough barbel today. Nick and the scissors. Aye, they're all nice fish, they're all absolutely stunning. It's like they're fin perfect. If I get down here without falling in. I don't know what we were worried about. Some squeaky chairs.
I know, 360 pick and I picked the squeakiest one. Well, that was an alright day, wasn't it?
Right. And we made it off by darkness. Just.
Well, I would say we were. I'm not going to lie, he was shitting himself.
No, it's just...
He was like, oh, we can't get caught again.
The last thing we want to do is come from afar to... It's these guys local and take the piss. So
Aye.
abide by the rules wherever possible.
So
It was a misunderstanding.
We brought the rods in an hour early.
An hour earlier than we
Would normally. But looking back over the 3 days, it's
For February.
for February.
We cannot complain.
Can't complain. Only what I would just wish it was our way around.
Finish with the big fish.
Aye, I wish we ended because obviously the fairy tale in Newark for last year, just having that work effort that you put in for 3 days solid to be rewarded at the end. I think that's been a question asked on many a forum video I've seen over the years. Would you rather catch that fish at the start or at the end? And I think for me it's the end.
But that's fishing. No two sessions are ever going to be the same.
Correct.
You know, and that's what we love about it. You know, that's what keeps drawing us back, that unknown. I quite enjoyed getting the big fish early on. But speaking of big fish, 2 PBs on the first day.
I know. Well, it's hard to believe in it that you see, and I think I mentioned it in one of the videos, people see that post on Facebook, oh, you must be having a brilliant trip, but it's been tough, innit? It's been really tough. These last 3, we actually went to bed early last night. Normally we sat up, a few sherbets and we have a good natter and then...
It was tiring, it was good.
But the weather as well played a bit of a part in. This morning was wild, wasn't it? Monday was a bit wild.
To Monday,
aye. Yeah. In between was stunning, gorgeous, but...
And the fishing was tough, challenging, but
it paid off in the end.
Stuck at it and we done well, I think.
And going back to kind of some of the other vlogs that we do, one of the ones we're most proud of is the Winter's Tale. And in that style of fishing as well, we've learnt, or I've learnt, some things you give up and get out of the water.
Stick it out.
Stick it out to the end. Never give up. And I don't know the right word to use here, but quite often we're guilty of not listening to our own advice. And we get, especially you, sometimes you get scunnered and get fed up. I probably do it as well. And he probably notices it in me, and I notice it in him.
He probably does it as well, he says.
But you can't help but get, I says, there's no going to happen. And then it does. Do you know what I mean? And it's that buzz of...
And today was a perfect example, wasn't it?
Exactly.
It was a horrible morning. He got fish, lovely fish, £13 straight off the bat.
And in sunlight.
And in sunlight for once. And
he actually saw from behind the camera how much light plays a valuable role in taking the perfect photograph.
Yeah. He's getting better at holding the fish as well. That helps as well.
And you catch a few doubles,
he starts to sink in.
Practice. You start to realise what works.
So all in all,
another great trip.
3 fantastic days.
But what I will say, we've only been doing this, we say 4 years, that sounds a long time, but if you were to
not in
tally it up,
in fishing terms, it's not.
If you were to tally it up, how many sessions, 30 sessions or something like that? And to start off and progress, how well we've progressed from 10s to 11s to 12s to 13s to 14s, and then obviously, of course, you did, didn't you? 15.
You've been having the big fish lately, so.
Still not allowed to talk about my pike, am I?
You're not allowed to talk about the pike. This is a Barbel video.
Sorry. But the Barbel season, or the river season down here in England, down behind the enemy lines, comes to an end in a couple of weeks, doesn't it?
14th of March, I think, yeah. 15th of March, 14th of March? March, sometime.
So looking back over September and February, we were going to take a note, but we've not done it because we had a couple of drinks.
A lot of fish, just...
The amount of barbel we've caught has been ridiculous.
The Trent is someplace.
It is. It's one of the rivers that, again, I'm repeating myself, you just never give up on it. It will reward you if you put in the time and effort. That's one thing I genuinely have learned.
So 25 fish in September.
Do you remember the numbers? He's a bit. I'm sure he's on the spectrum or something. 'Cause he remembers all these facts.
25 Barbel over the 3 days in September. This time around, we didn't quite get that. I think we ended up with 9 Barbel.
Well, I caught 3.
Do the maths. And a chub, like a nice chub as well. I was quite pleased with that.
I'm all about quantity these days. I done that again. Quality.
Who's on the spectrum?
I've had a few times now.
And a pike, my favourite. I thought it was a Zander. That's the most disappointed I've ever been in my fishing career.
I think what I will do at this point is replay the clip.
Oh no!
I'm going to replay the clip. The screaming you'll let out.
Yeah. So while you guys enjoy that for a second time, we're going to call it a day. And we'll see you next time, wherever that may be.
Sure it'll be, needs to be a pike video.
Oh,
So on that bombshell, thanks for watching.